Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got another late model race for you. This time it is the late model fixed series, week 3 Concord Speedway,
You're in pole,
season 3 of 2021. Managed to qualify on the pole. Gonna try to do what we can. Really have absolutely no laps in this. Actually ran the first laps in qualifying and then stayed out on track to continue running a little bit, try to gain as much idea of what the setup was going to do and everything. So I'm going to try to keep it clean. Unfortunately, we did not get into the top split. We were right on that cutoff. I believe we are car number 2 in this, so just missed the top split, which means we should be a bit quicker than everybody else in this if we don't burn our stuff up. So we're going to try to do what we can. Starting on the pole is a little bit nicer at this track because of the way the pace car pulls in and how you can get off of turn 3. And the outside row has to kind of wait on you. You can typically get away from second place or the outside row a little bit better. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that and get into a rhythm and just start clicking off laps as quick as we can. Hopefully we don't get dive bombed at all. We got the 9 car to the outside, which has me a bit worried because sometimes when you have higher car numbers, starting at the front means sometimes they tend to wreck a little bit and fall to the back. So that'll be interesting to see.
Okay, Jake, are you ready? Watch for the lights.
Gonna get ready to go. And we're gonna gun it here. Try to get that gap and get away from everybody. You can see that massive advantage the starting first gives you. They didn't do anything wrong there, just an advantage that this track it provides you here that you don't get typically at other tracks. So try to get out, get into a rhythm, and save the tires a little bit for the first 15-20 laps or so, and then we can start to pull away if we can maintain a lead from everybody. Not sure how much faster these guys will be able to pick up in race pace compared to qualifying, so we'll see what kind of gap we're able to open up. Sometimes starting a little bit higher and coming down in 3 helps save the tires, but if you're running with somebody right behind you, it can be a bit risky as they can dive bomb occasionally. So
just done a 16.82.
See, second place a little bit quicker than us compared to what we did, but again, I don't really feel like I'm pushing the car very hard, so might be able to gain a little bit of time and pull away.
You're in the lead. That's the fastest lap. You've just done a 16.79.
Also taking it easy through 2 and not going full throttle. As you can see, we got a little loose, so we got to wait for the pressures to build up. Can't give up too much time like we just did there. Had an absolute horrible 2 and 3. Thankfully, the 9 car got into the wall coming out of 3, so that slowed him down just a hair, but we're going to try to limp it along, build that lead back up. About half a second ahead, so I want to try to build that a little bit if we can, give us a little bit of a safety margin. Force them to start pushing harder to catch me and burn up stuff before we do. See, those much better entries. Maintaining pace with the 9 cars, so if we can do that and force him to run hard.
16.72. That was a 16.82.
That'll help him to fall off later in the run and we can open the lead back up. Don't expect to be able to get a massive lead compared to these guys simply because it is the fixed setup. But hoping that my skill can be a little bit better than them and we can gain a little bit more. See, he's closing in slightly, but again, if he's pushing a lot harder than we are, we should be able to pull away later on. Looking for the smoke there. Don't see the car yet, which helps us. We get a little loose coming off of 3, which costs us some time and heat in the tires, so I'm going to try to baby that again, take it easy. Let's see if we can go full throttle through 2 now. Have to lift a little bit as we get to the outside. Still pushing up a little bit, so got a big rack on the front stretch, 1 hanging down low. Thankfully they stayed down by the wall and we could avoid that. Looks like it's a 3-car breakaway between us, the 9, and the 1, so gonna try to do what we can to hold on to this. Getting on the throttle again, the 9 did the same thing, so that helps buy us a tiny bit of a gap.
17.18.
But we're still a little bit too close for comfort. We did the same thing again. We come out, make contact with the wall. Really got to brake sooner into 3, slow the car down. You see the 9 really diving low, pushing up a little bit. So going to watch for him to be aggressive coming into 3, potentially dive bomb us. We'll try to guard the bottom as best as we can. Slow the car down, get it to rotate, and try to come out of the corner a little better.
Well, that was a 17.39.
See the 5 wrecking. We hold to the outside of him, avoid him. That helps out. 12 car will be the next one in front. We're going to try to get to him and get by him as quickly as possible. Hopefully he may be able to provide a little bit of trouble for the 9 and give us a little bit of a gap. See, just kind of maintaining a constant gap right now, just trying to run around, pay attention to what the 12 does. We're getting into a little more lap traffic, some guys that have been struggling, so we'll try to navigate them the best that we can without burning up stuff, trying to get around them. I feel like I'm pushing the car up a little bit harder, but not 100%, so hopefully still saving some tires compared to the 1 and the 9. See, he really fell back out of 2 there. Gained almost quarter of a second there on him. Try to work to the inside of the 12. It causes us to be a little bit slower out of the corner. Gonna lift going through 2s so we don't wash up into him. Thankfully we get by him. 9 in the 1s, you clear him as well, so that did provide us that safety margin we were looking for, but that's okay. Getting by him without incident's a good thing. 13 will be the next one that we see. Trying to use the apron to rotate through 1 just a little bit. Help the car. We are going to dial back, brake a little bit. Try to work to the inside of the 13 through 2. He stays high. Thank you to him. It was a great job. You can see the 9 really fell back, so try to take advantage of this, gain as much of a lead as we can. Hopefully that'll allow us to slow down a little bit. Got some more smoke. Looks like somebody's got an engine that's going. He heads to pit road. Thankfully that's clear. Definitely a few more incidents in this race than the open race that I ran, so sometimes that's why I tend to favor the open series over the fixed, but trying to get as many laps and track time through this season as I can to build the driving skills up. See, the 1 really has fallen back as well. Or actually, the 9 is the one with the issue. He got into the wall. The 1 is right behind us. He's about half a second back, so that could be a good battle. We're going to try to pull away from him. Again, we're still going to focus as we're only coming to lap 24 on trying to save tires so that we have more at the back end and don't lose to the 1 that way.
Okay, Jake, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
See, we got a tight battle here between the 11 and the 14. 14 goes way high. Thank you to him.
Clear to the top. Clear outside.
Try to get by the 11 as quickly as we can. He moves to the outside as well. Thank you to him.
Outside.
Great to see a lot of consideration and respect shown there as they can see that we're battling for the lead. That respect goes a long way. Got a few more laps till we get to the next lap car, so
That's half distance.
we'll try to get it around clear and save the tires a hair. Try to see if we can build a bit of a gap away from the 1, or at least force him to use up stuff a little more. Kind of guarding the bottom end of 3 just so that in case he wants to go low, we kind of block that line a little bit. I prefer to enter a little bit higher if I could, but don't want to give that away from him and let him force us up. Kind of maintaining that 0.3 of a second lead. Like to build it up a little bit, but as long as we maintain it constant and kind of force him to have to drive his stuff a little harder, that'd be cool. See, closed up a little bit that lap.
That lap time was 17.20.
See some smoke again. We got the 3 hanging up. He thankfully stops before he comes down. We get tight out of the corner, cause us to get into the wall. One gets a hold of us.
Car high.
Managed to hold
Clear
on to
high.
it, however, he does the respectful thing and holds up as well. Great sportsmanship shown by him since he got into us. Hopefully didn't mess the car too much up. The tires are going to be hot, they're going to want to slide, so we're going to try to keep it as clean as we can. Try to move the brake bias all the way back now and get it to rotate into the corner just a little bit better. So we got 19 to go. Car's definitely getting tighter. We can feel that the tires are hot. Pressures have built up in that right front from the heat, so try to do the best that we can. One's definitely going to look low and look aggressive on us.
That was 17.
Try to guard the bottom if we can. Catch the 5 relatively soon, so hopefully he stays out of the way and doesn't inhibit this at all. Although he's bit all over and looks like he has some front end damage. See, he takes the low line as well, so we're just gonna have to try to find our way to the bottom to get by him if we can. I don't like the idea of trying to go on the outside of him.
Car high.
It happens to all high. We push up trying to stay out of him. And we get turned by the 5. That sucks. Sit, try to wait for everybody. Let them all see us. See how much track time we're giving up to this. And that absolutely killed us. That hurts. We have that happen.
Alright, Jake, we need to pass this guy to get the lucky dog position.
We're likely going to finish in the bottom third. I just don't like when lap cars can't respect. I know we pinched him a little bit, but he gave us absolutely no room and had no reason to be pushing like that.
Martin is closing in.
can see we actually fall back to 7th.
7th position.
We should be a lap down now, yeah. So we're just gonna be hoping for a 6th place finish. That will be rough to get. Fortunately, it just kind of stinks what it is.
18.06.
Had a couple lap cars that were being really respectful and other ones that just did not want to allow anything, so not much you can do, unfortunately. We'll try to learn from it. Hope that somebody else can get in a wreck. Maybe we can pick up a spot or two that way, because we're not going to close up on 6 at all in 12 laps. Stinks because we could have had a great battle from the lead with the 1 and possibly at worst finish 2nd, but that's a racing deal, unfortunately. Just going to try to push our hardest, do what we can. Try not to hold anybody up. We got the 6 behind us who is on the lead lap, so we're going to let him go. Try to get him by as quickly as we can. He pushed us up, so we're going to go underneath lift to let him go by. We'll follow him through 3.
Behind is now 1.01.
See, we're definitely closing up on the 11 car, which is in 6th place, so it's possible we could pick that spot up.
18.04.
Got it bigger than we thought. It's now down to 3.3 with 10 to go. It's actually 9 to go since we're a lap down, so let's see what we can do. We got to stay ahead of the car in front as that is for position. You see the 6 really comes down off the wall. We should have tried to avoid him earlier, but not much we can do there. As he got really tight out of 3, hit the wall.
Still there.
Gonna run to the inside, continue to push for 6. So 3's not showing that he's really that much quicker. Let him figure out which way he wants to go. He's likely going to try to dive low on us, but I just don't think he has the pace at all to even get to us, so we'll try to push what we can, see if we can get to the 11 for 6. Come to the line with 6 to go, so we're going to have to get to the 11 fairly quick and then make a move as quickly as we can. Contend with the 6, who's probably going to be unhappy with that move as well. really have to chunk out
You've
big
just
time
done
into the 11.
17.75. Okay, Jake, push now. We can catch up here. The gap to Martin behind is now 0.94.
So closing 2/10 is not going to be enough to be able to get there, so
That lap was a 17.55.
we're going to try to do what we can, but don't think we're going to go anywhere. We are pulling away from the 6 and 13, so looks like a 7th place finish is in order, which for getting wrecked, it's not as bad as I thought it could be, but definitely could have been a lot better. Possibility that there could be a wreck up here between the 11 and the 5. The 5 was our nemesis, so it'll be iffy trying to get around him as well. Gonna come to the line with 2 to go.
The gap's now 1.11.
You can see him battling with the 5 really held him up quite a bit. Try to sneak by the 5 on the bottom if we can, follow right in line with the 11.
Carlo. Still there. Clear inside.
And we cut out a little bit, tried to hold it off.
Outside. 2 up top. Clear. Clear to the outside.
13 goes by for 8th. Fortunately, this is not a very good race for us. Lost a lot of spots. Ton of incidents, just not a good race, so wish I could have given you guys something better, but looks like this is what we're going to get, so we'll see how bad the damage is as soon as we pull in and take a look at the results.
P8, that's the end of the race. Never mind.
Tough finish, really felt like we could have contended for the lap lead there. Let's take a look at that and see what happened. Take a look at the far chase and see what happened. You can see we try to work to the inside of the 5. He goes up. We did push up a little bit. He comes off the wall and just gets us. There's not really a whole ton we could have done there. Probably one of those deals where you probably should have hit the brake and let us both go by, but fortunately, when you get these lower splits, you can get some stuff like that. As you can see, we're kind of coming up a little bit, but really holding the line, and the 5 just comes off the wall and gets us. So really not a whole ton we could have done there. Probably should have come down a little bit, but I was hoping that the 5 would have allowed us a clean pass to get by. So frustrating that way. It gives the 1 the win. So let's go check out the results. See, it actually was top split, so not a very strong field at all, 1802, really bad. You can see we end up finishing a little bit off the 1's pace, lost 27, and I rating 28, safety rating. That hurt a lot. We were trying to build up, just unfortunately some of those unlucky breaks there. You can see the 6 guy was able to get back to 3rd. You can take a look at the 5 and see that he was about the same as us, so a few incidents, just not the cleanest. Definitely off the pace a little bit. So thanks for watching. I hope to get you guys a better race in the future. And always remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to see anything else. And stay tuned for more videos. Thanks.